Well now, 'tis done, as Lady Macbeth is wont to say. White Christmas is over. Apart from when you came outside the theatre, and it is so icy outside, so it's kind of white Christmas-ish. So yeah, it's done. My tie is on a wonk, which I'm not very happy with, but what can you do? Anyway, so I bollocksed up the second song in it, The Best Thing Happens While You're Dancing. I don't even know what happened. At one point during the song, I mean, it's a 1954 song, so it's verse, chorus, big dance break, the end. But during the second time I did the verse, I ended up kind of looking at my hands like, art thou possessed of a demon? Just, what are you doing? Cocking it up, that's what I was doing. But that was the only one that I made a mistake in. And poor old General Waverley had an absolute brain fart at the end and fluffed his speech, and he tried very gamely to get it back but failed miserably, bless him. And the other guys tried to make up for it, but then it was a kind of knock on, it was a snowball, if you'll forgive the reference, where they start singing White Christmas, and then he says, right, sing along if you know it, folks, right from the beginning. And he missed that cue because he was so stressed out with trying to, and so they were all singing like, where the treetops, and then the music started for I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas again. So he just had to go, join in, like barking this order at the audience. And yeah, so my petty faux pas at the beginning of the show was lost to the mists of time in the debacle that happened in the end. And that's the thing about doing amateur shows. People have rehearsed, but then something happens in your brain where you just go, even though you know what you're saying, what you're supposed to be saying, what everybody else is supposed to be, you know it because you've been doing this for months. But then that tiny little hiccup happens in your brain and everything goes to shit really quickly. And then everybody else is kind of, they know what they're supposed to be doing, but now they're kind of scrambling around. And yeah, it's tough. I've seen professionals completely cock up on stage and freeze because they didn't know what the other person was going to do or say. So yeah, the audience was phenomenal. They clapped after the overture. So they were dead into it. And I think the demographic of the audience was as I suspected. I think the average age of the audience was about 65. It was an older audience. But there were quite a few people there from groups that I'd worked with before who I kind of knew to see. And because my brain works the way it does, I know people by the characters they played. So this lovely blonde lady came over to me and went, hi, have a really good show tonight. And like, thanks, Dolores Van Cartier, but I don't actually know your real name. And one lady asked me for my card afterwards, which is a good job I took them with me because, this will shock you, I was left out of the programme. Again. And they made an announcement before the show started, like tonight's performance was translated and delivered by me. But I don't want to come off petty. I'm going to anyway, let's face it. It's late, I'm thirsty and my feet hurt. So let's just call a spade, shall we? I like to be in the programme because numero uno, it is an acknowledgement of the work that I've put in. And the fact that I have actually learnt this show. Everybody's parts, all of the songs, all of the music. Translated it, practiced it, turned up for rehearsals, delivered it. That's my acknowledgement that they considered my work to be of worth. That's number one. Número dos is that if anybody sat in that audience who's from a different group, who thinks, ooh, that's something we'd be interested in, I wonder who that is, then they can look at it and look me up. Yeah? But I wasn't in the programme, and yeah, got a nice bow at the end. Everybody went, so that was nice. I am as happy with my performance as I can be, given the constraints and the fact that I've been really ill for the last couple of days. I'm not happy with this foundation because when I put it on, I used my fingers and I couldn't get it off. It's like oil-based. It's like emulsion. The Dulux palette on my kisser. So getting that off is going to be an adventure. Happy with the uniform generally. I did the red eyes tonight, so quite happy with the makeup too. My eyebrows, I went a bit overboard on the brown, so yeah, I look a bit like Groucho Marx, but you have to on stage because otherwise my blonde eyebrows, you can't see them. Blonde, they're grey, let's face it. So yeah, I'm happier than with my performance than I thought I would be. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And I got really into it in the second half. Really into it. So yeah, it's made me now think that usually there's the fourth wall, darling. And you don't break the fourth wall. So if you're doing panto, it's fine. There is no fourth wall. You can interact with the characters. They come and hide behind you. They come and stick a custard pie in your face, whatever. You go into the audience and run around like they do because that's panto. You're part of the show. But in a straight show, like a musical, you are not part of the show. So you stand on one side and that never the twain shall meet. But if I'm enjoying what I'm seeing on the stage, I can't help myself. I'm like, I'm really enjoying watching what they're doing. I mean, yes, while they're talking or while they're singing, I'm doing my thing. But then when there's a 10-minute dance break, I'm not just going to stand there like, and just like freeze. I'm going to watch what's going on the stage. And if I'm enjoying it, I'm going to smile. So yeah. It's very hard to keep in character. Listen to me, John Gielgud. If there are these very, very long dance breaks, then you're just enjoying what you're seeing. So I'm going to have to think about that. Anyway, so the costume goes back, well, it goes through the washer first, but goes back in the cupboard until next March. That's 4 months away. It is the beginning of December tomorrow. I've been sent the script for 9 to 5. I've been sent the script for Sweet Charity, so I'm going to print them off, I think, and just like stick them in the cupboard till January. And then I'm just going to have a rest during December, and I might go and see a couple of pantos in the area, and just really kind of get my shit together, really. I don't like this shirt. I don't like that overlapping thing at the top. I don't like the fact that the button, the pocket you can see. I don't like the fact that it's got a button instead of where you can put cufflinks. So I'm going to get myself a new shirt. I'm going to splash out. Get myself a new shirt. I'm going to get some new trousers because these ones are so baggy. A sailor. So I'm going to get some new trousers and a new shirt. The waistcoat is staying. I like the waistcoat. Although I did have a pocket square for this, but I don't have a pocket. So there's nowhere to put it unless I like super glued it onto my chest. So yeah, I'm going to rest and recuperate. And hopefully my feet will go back into feeling anything other than pain. It's going to take me till March to get this makeup off and just enjoy Christmas. Not dreaming of a white one, but probably getting one anyway if outside is anything to go by. So I will see you next year.